Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. We are here on the launch pad with the final delivery of some upgrade parts for the science station, and in this case let me enable SAS, let me throttle up a bit, and in 3, 2, 1 and lift off. Here we go with the final delivery launch up to the science station, and then the science station will hopefully be really amazing and really useful when we want to use it, maybe to assemble some new ships, or maybe as a storage, or maybe to add something to be parked in space or so. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. And yeah, to finish off now the building process, I need to launch up 4 different parts to the science station to add it to it. And yeah, then we are good to go to start off with other missions. But before I start talking about other missions, I like to show you another nice feature. And this is the lights I added to my launcher because for some reason I have often launches in the nighttime side of Kerbal. And here, in this case, I wanted to do something to have a better visual on my rocket, especially for YouTube, when YouTube is rendering my videos quite dark. And in this case, yeah, now we have some lights to see better what is going on. And now we have booster separation. Goodbye boosters. Now we need to throttle up a bit. And yeah, we are now going up into space, and hopefully the lights will help you a little bit to see better what is going on, so that even nighttime launches are a little bit more interesting and a little bit more enjoyable, and not only just dark. And yeah, so much about this. And yeah, as I said, I have already some other missions in mind. To be a little bit more clear, I have 2 missions already planned and prepared, and the one mission will already be launched in this episode because there is one special part attached to the spacecraft. I will need to finish off my upgrade process of the science station, and that's why the thing will be launched already today, and I'm really looking forward to this. And then I have another mission already planned, and then we will have an upcoming launch window up to Joule. And as I said in an episode long time ago, I like to explore all the moons of Joule, and so I think I will start developing several spacecrafts that will launch up to Joule and visit different moons. So yeah, I think this will be also quite exciting. But as I said, I have planned different and other missions, so at first we will have still something nice to go and to do before we start preparing our Joule mission. Okay, we have reached the 30 kilometers mark. It's time to turn over to the 25-degree mark on the nav ball to accelerate even more. And now let's switch over to the orbital map, because now it's interesting to see where we are. I think we are a little bit ahead of the science station. In this case, I think we need to insert ourselves in a little bit higher orbit. So let me see. And oh, this looks just amazing. 6.5.5. Okay, now it's increasing again. So this is pretty close. This is really amazing. This is just great. Okay, we have already a nice rendezvous, and this means we now can do at first the fairing separation. In which way should I point my camera so that you can see this? Maybe towards the Milky Way or so? Goodbye fairing. And now you can see a little bit the payload. The payload mainly consists out of these tubes connected with some, or equipped with some docking ports, because I have already these 4 docking ports on my science station, but they are pretty close to each other. And in this case, I like to have something to get a little bit more space between my ships and my spacecraft, so that they are not running into each other when they're docking to the science station. And that's why I like to add these separatrons a little bit, or these separators, to give them a little bit more distance. Okay, and now we can also ditch the central core of my launch states, and now it's up to us to do the final rendezvous. And because this will take some time, I will do now a little bit of time lapse so you can enjoy the rendezvous process, and I will bring you back in once we are doing the payload unloading. So yeah, stay tuned and enjoy the ride. Okay, here we are. We are only less than 300 meters away from the science station, and we are approaching, so this is pretty cool. We almost made it. And yeah, it was a quite fast rendezvous process. If you look at the mission timer, we are only 11 minutes into the mission, and I already arrived at the science station. So this is really quite fast. And now I should start killing all of my relative velocity. Oh, look at the science station as it starts to be illuminated in different colors by my spacecraft, by my launch stage. This is pretty cool. This is really cool. Okay, now I can use a little bit of RCS to kill also the last tiny bit of the relative velocity, and we will have sunrise pretty soon. This is also amazing, so that we can do the payload unloading in the sunlight. Let me now turn a little bit my spacecraft towards the science station. Like here. Very good, very good. Okay, now let's switch over. And yeah, we have still Jetmy and Sithead on board, and Jetmy is still sitting inside the rescue pod, and he is now again in charge to unload the delivery and to install all the components to the science station. In this case, let me undock him. And yeah, I have Jetmy here. Let me enable RCS and SAS. Let me switch over to docking. And now let's start drifting away from the science station. And yeah, while he's drifting away, we will see the sunrise. This is pretty cool. You have here, look at this, look at this. This is, I think this is pretty cool. Over here we have the science station. There is the escape pod, and over there is our delivery. So this is really amazing. This is great. Okay, but I want to unload it. In this case, let me just say, let me target the docking port. Very good. Okay, let me slow down or kill all of our relative velocity again. Okay, now we need to turn towards the docking port. I think I can do a direct approach. This would be pretty amazing. Okay, let's start driving towards it. Let's fly over. And then we can grab all the components from the delivery. And it's also quite interesting to see a little bit the glow of the lights. This is pretty cool. I like this. I like the idea to add some lights to my spacecraft in order to make it more visible during nighttime launches. This is pretty cool. Okay, yeah, now I am approaching. It's a little bit... Oh, over there. Over there it's better to see. Now I can really see my spacecraft, my delivery spacecraft and the upper stage. As I'm... Oh, I'm quite fast in my approach. Don't do it too fast. I don't want to demolish the parts. Let's slow down a bit. And... Okay, we have contact and docking confirmed. Good job, Jetmai, good job. Now we can... Oh, at first enable SAS again. Let's say decouple. Okay, here we got the first part. Now I can say already set this as target to have the next component as my target. Now let's come to a stop again. Okay, now let's start to float again toward the next part, so I can grab all the 3 parts at once and bring them over to the science station. I think this is more efficient than flying 3 times back and forth all the time to gather all the parts. In this case, I think I will do this in one go and deliver all the 3 parts. And yeah, over here we have also a Clambotron Junior. And that's why the next mission comes into play, because the next mission features or is equipped with a Clambotron Junior, and in this case this thing is coming handy when we are aiming or when we want to unload this thing and when we want to install this thing to the science station. And in this case here, this is the only reason why we will feature the upcoming mission already in this episode, to have the option to finally finish off the design and upgrade process of the science station. And here Jetma is doing an amazing job. He has now already grabbed 2 of the 3 parts he can install to the science station. Now he is aiming for the 3rd part, and I hope that I can, when I adjust a little bit my... Oh, crap. When I... Okay, I missed my target. Okay, I missed the target completely. What is going on? Why? Oh, I have disabled SAS, that's why. Okay. I totally mixed up the controls. This is not good. This was not good. This was not good at all. Okay, we need now to do the whole approach again. Okay, now let's try this again. At first we need to kill all of our relative velocity again. We don't want to fly or approach too fast. So now... This is now looking much better. And let me now adjust again my alignment with the docking port. I hope this time it's looking much better while we are coming in not so good of an angle, but I think, or I hope, the docking ports can then align a bit, or will align my spacecraft. Let me slow down a bit again. Okay, this is looking much better right now. And I think in a few seconds we will have... Yeah, now we have contact. Very good, very good. Now it's just about aligning these spacecrafts. And well done. Good job, good job. Now we can decouple the thing and drift away. Whoa, this is now really long. This is really a very long nose. And yeah, now we can aim with the whole thing for the science station. Let me... Wow, this is pretty long. Let me now aim the whole thing over there. Okay, think I should start setting our docking port as my target, but at first we need to fly a little bit closer to it. Can I do this? Yeah, there, I can get a docking port as a target. Very good. Now let's see, can we align our trajectory already with the docking port? This would be pretty amazing, so that we can do a direct approach to it. Okay, and now we need to align also ourselves a little bit with the target marker, like here. And now, please don't mix up again the controls. just do it. Oh, we are already over 100 meters away from the science station. This is interesting. I think I need, before I do the next launch, I need to bring my delivery a little bit closer to the science station again, or it will drift away pretty far away, I guess, until I arrive there. So yeah, these are the challenges of rocket flight and space flight. Okay, I think I can even increase a little bit more the velocity of our approach. Yeah, we have enough fuel, and we still have enough electric charge, because the main challenge is that this thing is just a rescue pod, and that's why it has no solar panels, because the main purpose for this thing is just to drop back home when there's a problem with the science station and we need to evacuate it. And here, in this case, it has no solar panels attached to it, and yeah, it can't recharge its batteries. But as soon as we are attached again to the science station, we will start recharging our batteries, and then everything is hopefully okay and in good shape again. And now we are coming closer. Let me slow down a bit, and let me also align again my spacecraft a little bit better with the docking port. Okay, and as usual, don't mix up the control surfaces and the controls again. Okay, I think we can. It's hard to see how far we are away with this very long nose, but I think we still can keep this velocity currently. Maybe no, I should slow down a bit. It's really hard to see, but I think this is looking quite promising right now. Yeah, I think this looks really good. This looks really good. And slow down even more a bit. Come on, come on. Bring the thing over. Bring the thing over. And let's disable RTS and SAS so that the docking ports can align ourselves again. Let's use a little bit of SAS to stabilize a bit our alignment process, and well done, well done. We have now successfully docked, and now let me undock again, and oh, I need to switch the vessel. Okay, why are you drifting this way? You are not supposed to drift this way. You are a bit supposed to drift the opposite way, because you should dock to this thing. Okay, after I installed the first part to my science station, all the other two parts will hopefully work the same way. So in this case, enjoy the upgrade process. Okay, we have almost done this. We are now on the last part of adding the third docking tube to my science station. And then, as you can see over there, are the science station ship probe. Why are you now called science station ship probes? This is really strange. It's already about 1.2 kilometers away. So in this case, okay, we have docking, very good, docking confirmed, and let me disable the controls. Now please align, and come on, do the docking. Okay, docking confirmed, well done, well done. So you can now see almost the finished design of my science station. This looks pretty amazing. Jetmai is enjoying this, and Jetmai has now finished his job. So he can now go on an EVA, and he can enable his jetpack and rejoin Sithead again, because now we have added all our important parts. Only one part is missing. But for this we need another spacecraft, and in the other spacecraft there will be already an astronaut sitting in. In this case here, he can now rejoin Sithead and have a nice stay here on the science station. And yeah, while they are enjoying their ride up here, I will do the next launch, and I will rendezvous with the science station ship probe and bring over the last part to finish off the building process. In this case, we will see us again at the launch pad. Okay, here we are with Optop Kerman. He is ready to be launched again into space after he returned the Duna Constellation crew in his very first space mission. In this case, let me enable SAS. Let me bring some more light into the situation. Let me throttle up a bit, and then in 3, 2, 1, and lift off. Okay, here we go. Here we are going up into space again, this time with the spacecraft being used for the upcoming mission I was already talking about. And Optop is the commander of this mission, and he can find out if the new constructed spacecraft is really a good construction, or if this is just a bad idea. In this case, I think he's a little bit scared over his upcoming days in space, because he has to test out, or he has to do some experiments with some untested hardware, and I think this can be a little bit scary, but on the other hand it can be also a challenge for a Kerbonaut, and in this case I think this is a nice thing for you, Optop Kerman, what you have ahead of you. But at first you just need to deliver the last part of the science station up to the science station, so that we can attach it to it, install it to it, and then we can finally finish the upgrade process. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, as I have said already so many times in this episode. And now the boosters will run out of fuel pretty soon, so booster separation. Okay, very good. Now we need to make sure that we catch up some speed, so that we hit the 200 meters per second mark again when we hit also the 10 kilometer mark. Oh, I think we are even a bit fast. Okay, now let's do the gravity turn maneuver to the 45-degree mark, and just a bit more over here. Very good. This is quite good. Okay, now we are aiming at 45 degree. Now let me turn the thing to the Milky Way, so that we can see the jettison of the launch escape tower. So we don't need the thing anymore. And now it's up to us to climb up into space again and to accelerate like crazy. Unfortunately, I haven't added to this spacecraft or to this launch system any lights, so we are a little bit more on the darkness, but I hope you can still see a little bit, because I like to wait again for the fairing separation. Yeah, this could be quite interesting. And as a target, I haven't targeted the science station. I have targeted the the upper stage, the delivery stage, so that I can do a direct rendezvous with it and grab the new component and bring it then over to the science station. Okay, and now we have achieved the 30 kilometer mark. We can now do even more of a turn, and now we are aiming at 25 degrees. And now it's up to keep an eye on our trajectory and to see. I think we are pretty much at the same position. Maybe we are even not ahead of it. Maybe we are even a little bit behind. We will find this out in a few seconds. And oh, look at this. This is a nice launch. 10 kilometers. We are a little bit behind even. In this case, let me just do a tiny burn to get even closer to it. Let me see. 7.5, 7.6. Okay, this is good enough. This is really good enough. This is amazing. Okay, at first we will have the jettison of our core stage. So at first, goodbye core stage. And now let's see across or against the Milky Way, the jettison of the payload pairing. Very nice. And yeah, this tiny thing is my new spacecraft. I think it's a little bit hard to see, and this is good, so it's a little bit still a mystery what is the main purpose of this spacecraft and what it will do. So yeah, what's next? Our next goal is to arrive there in about 3 minutes, and then we are pretty close again, or already pretty close to our target. In this case, let me just add a maneuver so that I can do now a bit of a time warp to get closer to my target. And okay, where is my target? It's over there. It's only 30 kilometers away from us. This means I think we can now do a bit of burn. Let me do the usual burn to match a bit our speed. Okay, as usual, this is the normal procedure for a docking or for a rendezvous process. In this case, it's again time for some time lapse. I hope you enjoy your ride, and then yeah, we will see, or we will talk more about the specifics of the spacecraft once I am there, once I've done the rendezvous, and once I'm preparing to grab the next component. Okay, we are there. We have arrived at our new components. So let me just do a quick flyby so that we are already pointing towards the right direction. Okay, now it's time to come to a stop. And let me slow it down even more a bit. Okay, this is good enough. Now we can do the separation of our launch stage. And let me just enable LCS to slow down a bit. Okay, let's deploy at first the solar panels. And here, as you can see, this thing is a PB-ion electric propulsion system. So I'm using for the very first time the ion propulsion system, and the main goal of this mission is to fly up to the moon with the thing and to have a docking or to have a rendezvous with the asteroid currently being orbiting around the moon. So I think this is really a cool challenge, and I'm really looking forward to this, to use our ion propulsion engine to fly up to the moon. I think this is a really nice challenge, and right now we are on our way to grab the very last part of our upgrade process. We are already about 5 kilometers away from the science station, so it will be a quite long distance to fly back to the science station to dock to it. And now Optop Kerman is enjoying this ride after he might have discovered that the systems are running, that everything is okay, that his ion propulsion system is okay. So now he's enjoying this. This is pretty amazing. And here, now I'm on my final approach to the last part of the science station. And here, I'm really looking then forward to send the thing to the moon, and I'm really excited to do this. Oh, oh, wow! This was a violent capture. This was a violent movement of the docking ports. Okay, we have captured the thing. Now we can say decouple. Okay, very good. Very good. Let's enable SAS again. At first, I like to... Oh, no, let me disable RCS again. At first, I like to fly by of the launch stage before I run into it. So let me use a bit of RCS. Okay, we are now flying past it. Let me switch over to orbital map and science station. Set as target. Very good. Okay, yeah, now it's time to enable the ion propulsion engine. And now I like to turn... Oh, the light of the launch stage. This was great. Okay, at first let me throttle up to kill all the relative motion towards the science station before we start driving towards it. And Optop is smiling as he sees that the iron engine is working. It's a nice bright light coming out of it. This is pretty amazing, but you can see this thing has just a thrust of 2 kilonewtons, so this is not really powerful, and this makes the biggest challenge to fly up to the moon, but I think we can make this. But as I said, or as you can expect, this will take quite some time, and in this case this is something for a complete or for a whole own episode. And yeah, this will be featured in the next episode. So exciting things. And right now we are accelerating a bit towards the science station so that we can hopefully arrive there pretty soon. And yeah, I will now do the rendezvous process, or I will do now the flight over to the science station, and you can enjoy the whole thing in a time-lapse manner again, because I think this will now take again some time to arrive there. Okay, yeah. Time-lapse, enjoy the ride! Okay, we are now pretty close to the science station, so let me just throttle up completely to kill all of my relative motion towards it. And let's see, target, and we have almost done this. This is pretty nice to do this with the iron propulsion engine. And is this already the free docking port? I guess so. I think we are almost pretty well aligned with our target docking port. This is great, So we can use again the docking feature, and let me aim a little bit better for the target marker like this. Enable RCS. Okay, RCS because the ship is so light, because I needed to construct it very light. I just used the most, or one of the lightweight components as my capsule, so I use the lander can because I think it's for a crew capsule the most light one. And yeah, in this case this thing is really light, and the RCS thrusters are quite powerful for such a light spacecraft, and this is pretty cool. On the other hand, here it's also a requirement if you want to build something with an ion propulsion engine, because as I demonstrated you, this thing has barely 2 kilonewtons of thrust, so this thing really needs a lot of time to accelerate something, especially when the thing has a lot of mass. In this case, mass is is one of the most essential things you need to tweak when you want to build such a spacecraft. And yeah, I think I managed to do a good job. And now I'm on final approach to the science station to finish finally the building. And yeah, there are the probes over there are the spent launch stages. We need to deorbit them at some point, but I think this will be also a thing for the next episode. Right now we just have to focus on bringing the whole thing to the science station. Okay, only a few meters away. I think I need to slow down already a bit. Let me turn more toward the docking port. Quite okay. Let me drift a little bit to the side. And slow down a bit. Okay, I think this is much better right now. And turn my spacecraft a little bit more towards the docking port. I think this is now quite good. And I think the thing will again or experience quite a jolt when the power of the docking ports is taking over, because as I said, the thing is so light that here I think it will again just moved around by the force of the docking port. Okay, only a few meters or a few centimeters. Let me just disable the tools on my controls, and then I think this thing will grab us pretty soon. And yeah, the science station has grabbed us, and as you see, this was a very fast process. And yeah, now we are docked to the science station. Our iron propulsion spacecraft is docked to it, the escape pod is docked to it, and all my carbonauts are happy, and I'm happy as well, because look at the new shape of the science station. This is really amazing. I like the new shape. This is just great. And yeah, this wraps also up today's episode. So in this case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the final building process of my upgrade process of the science station, and I hope you are looking forward, like me, to the ion propulsion spacecraft up to the moon. But as I said, this is next episode, so hopefully you will join me then. Yeah, thank you so much for watching again. My name is Abby. See you!